Let's get right into it. How do you bring your family to the U.S.? Well, I'll relate to you a conversation I had with someone recently. They asked me, how long does it take to get my brother or sister to the U.S.? And I looked at it, and a petition from a brother and sister is going to take 8 years, 10 years, 15 years. It's going to take a really long time. And at the end of our conversation, he said, well, I'll think about it. I don't know. And that's the problem. When it comes to petitions for a family member, sometimes the processing times are so long that people get hung up on the processing time and they never take action. Well, this guy's brother was in his late 30s. The application would take 10 or 15 years. And because it takes so long, he just said, okay, well, I'll think about that later. Nah, I don't think so. Well, why not take action and file it? So the guy's 35. Let's say it takes 15 years to get his green card. He's 35. When he's 50 years old, he has a chance to get a green card. He was from Kenya. I know there are tons of 50-year-olds in Nairobi that would love to have a green card. Wouldn't you? I mean, why not? If I'm like, hey, here's a green card, you can go to the U.S., you can make a life there, you can retire in the U.S., you can bring your family. Why not? Well, if he doesn't take action on it, it never happens. And time goes by. 10 years goes by in a flash. When it comes to the DV lottery is one of the best ways to bring your family in the U.S. If you have a family member who's 18 years old and who graduated from high school and is from an eligible country, then every year you can apply for the DV lottery. And if you're selected for the lottery, you have been given a golden ticket and a magnificent opportunity to immigrate to the U.S. What happens is, the difficult part about the DV lottery is that there is a limited time period. You must be approved by September 30th, because on October 1st, it's over. I have people contact me all the time that say, hey, I was selected for the lottery in 2020, and I went to the interview, and Trump canceled it, and da-da-da-da. Well, it's too late. It's over. You cannot wait, because on October 1st, it's over. You will not be eligible to get your visa. It is over. Done. Kaput. Finished. So you can't wait. You can't sleep on this. You have to file a mandamus lawsuit immediately. You have to do it. We do not take DV lottery mandamus cases after, say, June. So after this month, there's no more time. One of the biggest mistakes that I see, and this is something that everybody should be aware of, when you fill out the I-130 visa application, it's a petition where you're petitioning for a family member. There's a box on the second or third page, I think it is. You have to indicate whether you're going to apply for a green card within the U.S. or you're going to apply for a green card outside the U.S., inside the U.S. or outside the U.S. This is the way it's going to be. If you get this wrong, it's going to cause a lot of problems. The other mistake that people make on their green card applications is not spending the time to list the information accurately. You have to list all your children everywhere in the world, no matter where they are, no matter, what the situation. You have to list your kids on the application. Sometimes people think, oh, I don't want to list my kids because they're not really part of this application process. But that's not the way it is. You have to list them all. This is biographical information, and you want to get it right, right? My mom's visa is stuck at the visa center for 6 months. What can I do? Well, when you say stuck at the visa center, the first thing I want to know, is your case documentarily qualified? Okay. Have you gotten an email from the National Visa Center that says your case is documentarily qualified? Documentarily qualified means that you've paid all the fees at the National Visa Center. You've given them all the documents that they've asked for. You filled out all the forms. The National Visa Center reviewed it, and they said you're documentarily qualified. So yes, it's documentarily qualified. If that's happened and 6 months has passed, hopefully you're going to get an interview soon. If you don't get an interview after pretty soon, then you should consider reaching out to us, because we can help. We help a lot of people who are stuck and haven't gotten interviews. How long can you file citizenship if sponsored by your parents? You mean when can you file for naturalization if you're sponsored by your parents? First of all, you have to be 18. Secondly, you have to be a green card holder for 5 years or 4 years, 9 months, and 1 day. I'm pregnant and I want to get my mom here from the Philippines. My wife is Filipina American, by the way. How long does it take to get her here? Will it be hard? I think it's not hard for if you have a good lawyer, but I think it probably would take probably if you're a US citizen, probably a year and a half. Can your US citizen mom sponsor you for a green card if you're 21 plus? Yes, it just takes a long time. My question is my wife is about to have my child. Congratulations, Yadir. That's a beautiful thing. Towards the end of March, what do I need to do to bring my child to the US? I'm a US citizen. Okay, Yadir, I got you. I got some information. There is something called the consular report of a foreign birth abroad. Consular report of a foreign birth abroad. So if you meet the requirements, then your child at birth may be a US citizen, even if your child is born outside the US. If your child is not doesn't if you don't meet the requirements of a foreign consular report of a foreign birth abroad, then you uh, you should file an I-130 visa petition.